Hi, welcome back. If you watched the last video, we were working on this running page where we moved the community stuff and the tracks and trails. So I added a bunch of content to this and, put a Google map down here and linked up some trails. But the main part that I want to work on in this video is this training groups because we made a database table for this, and so we have to drop on the database interface. So to get started, let's take a look at the database table itself. And it's this running groups table. We can take a look at this and see it's got an ID, contact, and then whether whether it's active or not, and then a description. So I don't want to put too many fields in here. It's basically if someone comes to Scott and says, hey, I've got this training group for the upcoming marathon. Here's a phone number they could call or an email they can send things to. And then again, whether it's active or not. So the active is Boolean. So to get this in here, what we're going to do is we're going to use a data list in this case, data list control. So we'll drop this on here, then go to the design view, and then set up or access data source. And what we want to do in here is kind of our normal thing. Let's grab the right table out of the database, but we also want to build a little bit of modify the query a little bit to say we only want the running groups that are active. So we'll say here where this one, the active operator equals, and I'm just going to say none here. This is a little bit goofy. And then we'll say value is true. And we'll add this in here. And this sets it up a little bit weird. That's okay. We'll say next. And let's not, we have this active equals question mark. We really want this to say active equals true. So we'll just finish this and then go to the source code. And if we see down here, and we look at here's the data list. So it has our item template, and it basically just puts in a label and then our heading and then a label. And we'll come back and format this in the next video. But for now, let's just get this working. And the main thing here is in our access data source. We just want to do this, or active equals true. It's doing the select parameter and trying to do the same thing, but it's making it way more complicated than it needs to be. So I'm just going to take this out, and again we'll modify this query to say where active equals true. So let's test this out. Go here to our page and take a look at it. We can see it's got the ID field we should get rid of. We've got the contact in there, and then active true, and then our description. So like I said, we'll basically just make a paragraph out of this and get rid of some of these things. So let's just maybe go do that now. We can do this pretty quickly. So we don't really care about the ID. We can get rid of this one. We could possibly leave the contact stuff in here. But let's put this actually after the description. And then we'll get rid of the active. And we'll actually get rid of the heading that says description. But we'll put the description in, and then we'll put, I'm actually just going to put this in here this way, put the contact in, and then we'll make this bold. And we may not even put this in here. We'll have to ask Scott, how he wants to handle it. Because if somebody puts their email address, do we really want to publish email addresses? I guess, I don't know, one way or the other. It's got to be an address, phone number, something. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at this. And save that. Pull this up. So here we go. Training for marathon, contact Penny Lane, something, something, something. So that looks good. That's kind of what we're looking for. Again, we would expect people to put more content in here, but this looks pretty good. So again, I already built the database, put a little data in it, but the main thing was we built a data list, and then our access data source, the query that we built, said get everything from that table, but only where active is true. And so in the admin interface, we can just say, we can have things in here and we'll set active to true or false. Okay, so that's the end of this video.